करता है, सिर्फ आपके मोबाइल में ऑनलाइन इंटरप्रेटर सर्विस प्रोवाइड करता है, तो आपको कोई भी कम्युनिकेशन बैरियर्स नहीं आते इस चीज़ में। आज मैं एक अपने स्पेशल गेस्ट को इन्वाइट करना चाहूँगी, जिनका नाम मैं एक बार उनको स्टेज को मतलब इन्वाइट करना चाहूँगी, तो आप उनको देख के ही समझ जाएंगे कि वो कौन है, क्या है, वो अपना इंट्रोडक्शन बताएंगे और वो बहुत अच्छी पर्सनालिटी। तो प्लीज मैम कम ऑन स्टेज।
I want to let everyone know about the transgender community, the misconceptions that people have about the community, and as well as little bit about the Indian context of trans people, like what is different between Hijra community and transgender people. So I don't think I'm going to yes. So I'm just going to present a small PPT. You can just I'll just take you through this. Can you do the second slide? Yes. So, my question to people is, what do you know the difference between a transgender person and Hijra person? Yes. So यहाँ पे भी है, they are also here. So we come here. So what do you know about the Hijra community? What do you think of when you hear the word Hijra? Anyone, just raise your hand and they'll tell me. तो अभी प्रीति जी ने तो अभी प्रीति जी ने बताया कि जो हिजरा कम्युनिटी है दे आर कॉमन लाइक दैट, और जो ट्रांसजेंडर पीपल है दे चेंज देयर जेंडर एंड बिकम ट्रांसजेंडर, व्हिच इज अ वेरी लॉन्ग आंसर. दैट इज व्हाई आई एम हियर टू करेक्ट दैट मिसकंसेप्शन. So the first thing, I'll go to the next slide first. So I'll give you a little bit of the history. If you know this Ardhanareshwar is a combination of female and male civilizing the feminine and masculine together. This is one of our gods that we know. It's a mythology that has been going on in our Hindu culture for a very long time. I'll take you to the second. Can you please send next? This is also Lakshmi Narayan. Sorry, Lakshmi Narayan. Lakshmi Narayan is a mixture of goddess Lakshmi and Lord Vishnu. The combined, that is a Lakshmi Narayan, which is also one of our gods from the mythology. If I take you to the next. Yes. So, if you are aware, when Lord Ram was going to the forest for the Vanvas, at that time everyone was with him in the bath. That all the villagers and everyone was doing this thing. But at that time, Lord Ram said, all the male and female go back. Like सारे पुरुष और नारी वापस चले जाएं और मैं आऊँगा वापस तब हम मिलेंगे. And that's how everyone left. But when he came back, he saw that जहाँ पे he have said to people not to leave, वहाँ पे there are some people who stayed back and was waiting for him. And वो लोग transgender लोग थे. उस समय I was so happy with them that he have blessed them to उनको शक्तियाँ प्रदान करी तो वो किसी को भी bless कर सके. तो वहाँ से हमारी story to bless people has started. So Lord Rama has given that power to us. If you go to the next slide. So in Mahabharata also there are a lot of mythology One of the example is Ayappa. So if you know, Ayappa is a child of Lord Shiva and Vishnu's Mohini avatar. If you know Mohini's avatar, which is one of the Vishnu's avatar, with that Lord Shiva has a child named Ayappa. That is also one of the examples that I wanted to give. So maybe you'll be able to relate. Next slide. Yes, those are two examples from Mahabharata. If you know Devanala, which was also fighting who was a dance teacher. If you know, they have Arjun, how do I put it? Arjun crossed there and he was representing himself as Devanala, who was a dance teacher, female dance teacher. That is one of the examples. Second example is Shikhandini. Shikhandini is everyone is aware. Shikhandini was a transgender man, a female who has changed their gender to become a male. That is one of the examples of Shikhandini from our Mahabharata. Medieval India, even in Indian history, we were always there. We were always present. So one of the examples was British colonialism, when suppressing of Hijra community has started, suppressing of trans community has started in 1971, when came and started subjecting Hijra people into marginalization. Next slide, please. Even in Delhi Sultanate, when Mughals were there, we trans people had a very good position in the society. Trans people never used to beg. Trans people never used to sex. Trans people never used to do anything wrong. They were always served as military people. They were always served as president, finance minister, or something as a higher post, because people used to take it as people who know a lot about the mannerism, about the culture, about everything. So people used to take a lot of advice from the community. So the other reason in Mughal Sultanate, you will always see, whenever you see a movie, अगर आप लोगों ने भी हीरा मंडी भी देखा होगा, which is released very recently. In that also there is a character that is also a gay or a trans person, and there have been trans person also. Shuru. So those characters show that how trans people were always there in the history and as very good level, not like begging and all. Can we do next? Next. So there is a lot of history. I won't take you to everything, but can we do this? But there is a lot of things about history. I don't want to take a class here, so I'll just keep it very short. Next. So in late 20s, the LGBTQ movement in India has started. At that time, few people on 2nd July 1999, 15 people were yellow t-shirts, and they have walked for India's Pride Walk. So Pride Walk, we do it to, it's like a protest for queer people, LGBTQI people, and that has started by 50 people in India on 1999, and that's how the movement for the transgender community in India has, progressed. Next. 21st century, we got we done a legal battle. 2019, Section 377 was removed, and then in 2013 it was again criminalized. So that was one of the very sad moments in the history. Then later on, when we were fighting more for our rights, in 2014, NASA government has given us the right, and government has recognized us as a third gender in 2014. After that, in 2019, we got a law which protects trans people, which is the Transgender Protection Act 2019, which came in 2019 to protect trans people by decriminalizing everything. There is no discrimination, there is law, there is equality, there is schemes created for transgender people, there are shelter homes created by transgender people, and everything is taken care under Ministry of Social Justice for transgender people. So that was the landmark that has happened in 2014 and 2019 we got the law. But still it has not implemented much because it's been just 4 to 5 years. But we are still, at least it is better than nothing. So what do you know about this? Can anyone please tell me what is LGBTQI+? Just L. Who can tell me what is L? Yes. Yes, that is correct. What is G? Yes, that is correct. What is B? Correct. What do you mean by T? Correct. What do you mean by Q? Now tell me. Yes, and that is one more term to Q. So always whenever we write queer, this person is saying something. Yes, so queer is an umbrella term, but whenever we write queer, there is a slash which writes questioning. So there are still people who are exploring and understanding themselves. So we put them under the queer slash questioning. That is also one of the identities that we have. And then we have plus. So plus is also explains a lot which cannot be covered under LGBTQ. I'll take you to the next slide to explain more. So there are few terms before I'll start I want to tell you, so you also understand how to address. So whenever I am talking to people, right, so people say that I'm a transgender person and you are a normal person. And that is very wrong. That means you are normal and I'm not normal. That's what it means. So whenever you address someone, that person is trans, but this person is not, that person is normal and this person is transgender. You should never do that. That means you're indirectly telling that transgender people are not normal. And which is very wrong and very offensive to a lot of people. So that's the reason we use term cisgender. Cisgender means you are a man who likes women, you are a man who feels yourself as a man. So you are a cisgender person. So you are a woman who feel yourself as a woman. You are born woman, you feel yourself as a woman. That is what we call cisgender people. So rather saying normal, you can say cisgender. Cisgender is a term that usually used to address people from the mainstream society, people who identify from the same gender they are born with, same sex they are born with. And the second term is pansexual. So pansexual are people who are attracted to all the genders. So I mean, if I am a man and I am attracted to male, female, transgender, non-binary, no matter the gender, I am only interested in human being rather than on their gender. And then non-binary. Non-binary, you have heard so much about non-binary, but non-binary means a person who do not want to define themselves under any gender. Means I am born as a female or male, but I do not want to, present myself as a male or female because I feel that this is very patriarchal and this is very, congested for me to express myself who I am. So I do not want to fit into rather male or female box, but want to be open and do not want to define my gender as A or B, or male or female. So asexual is also one of the terms that people always get confused with. So there are people who are very low or less sexual attraction, towards anyone. So those people are called asexual. Please. Yes. So this is how I'll explain you the gender part. So whenever you see, right, you see the gender identity, you see the rainbow on the top which says gender identity, right? When I talk about gender identity, it means my gender identity, I am born as male. Means when I was born male. But my gender identity, I always felt myself as a female. I always feel that my body is a male, but my soul inside, I always felt of a female. And that I can think from my brain. And that's the reason we call our gender identity to be here, but not between our legs. And that's the reason we see he's thinking of gender identity on his head. Right? And when we talk about when we talk about sex from what we want. So whenever you fill in any government form, they always say sex, male and female, right? So when you do sex, sex is always between your legs. It is never here. It is sex and gender is two different things. Sex is a physical body part and gender is how you feel about yourself. There is a major difference between sex and gender. Those things are never same for everyone. Maybe your sex and gender matching. That's the reason you are a cisgender person. But my sex, my thing between my legs and my soul does not match. And that's the reason I'm a transgender person. See, there is a heart. Heart means who are you attracted to. That means your sexuality. Means if I am a boy and I am interested in a boy, then I am a gay person. Right? But if I am a boy, I am attracted into male and female, then I am a bisexual person. Right? Attraction is your heart. Who are you attracted to? Your feeling. Right? That has nothing to do with your gender. A transgender person can also be a lesbian. A transgender person can also be gay person. A transgender person can be anything. So gender is a totally different aspect and sexuality is a totally different aspect. Means your gender is about yourself, but your sexuality about whom are you attracted to. Next please. Yeah, next. Next please. Yeah, next. Next please. Yes, wait. So the transgender people are not transgender, which is not right. No transgender person is born. Because trans, literal meaning of trans is change. When you say trans means change and gender means gender. So a person changing their gender becomes transgender. That is why you call it transgender. When you talk about Hijra, Hijra is a community. Hijra is a not person. Hijra is never be a person. Hijra is a community. When people come and live together, follow a unique culture. That's why we call them Hijra community. In our Indian culture, we call them Hijra. In Pakistani culture, we call them Khwada Sara. In Thailand culture, we call them ladyboy. So there are different terms given in every country. So in India, we call them Hijra. So that is a very religious kind of a context or identity for Hijra community. In Hijra community, there is a Guru Chela Parampara that is happening. So you go to the Hijra community, most of the community member in the Hijra community is from the trans community. So that's the reason we always think that Hijra community is always with transgender. And when you say someone is born Hijra or someone is born transgender, there is nothing like that. That is a medical term that calls intersex. So when you say intersex are people who are born with various sex characteristics at the birth. So if there is a child born with a different or little odd, not looking like a male or female sex part, a body part, maybe it could be mixed of both, maybe it could be nothing, or maybe it could be anything. Those people are called intersex people. So in India specifically, people say that there is a child born like this, they are always a proposed from God. Means Indian people never accept it. Indian people think it's a God proposed. And that's the reason they always give that child away to transgender people. And that's the reason child like that is always raised in the community. That's the reason people think that Hijra people are born that way, but there is nothing like that. 99% of the Hijra community is transgender people, 1% people are intersex, because intersex is a medically proven, certified kind of a term, and people can be born with 46 different variants of their sex part, could be different, maybe not physically, but their hormonal, chromosomes, or maybe anything which defines your sex can be different. Means I am born as a female, I have all the female body parts, but I grow a lot of beard like male. I don't get breast. Or maybe I have a brain, but I am getting breast. So those are the hormonal level problems that they are born with. So that is also one of the intersex variation out of 46 variations which has been scientifically proven and tested. Next please. Yeah, these are the religious identity in India. For example, you have heard in South India, Chokapar, Aravani, Shakti, Mangalmukhi. These are the South Indian identities. So in South Indian, trans people are also called Chokapar. Shiv Shakti, Aravani. These are religious identities. Under the religion, you will also see these people called different names in India. So this is just that. The expression means how I express myself. And then there is an identity of trans women, trans men, kinder and non-binary. Kinder is a person that we define under extra community, but kinder is also not a good term to say to people. So I will prefer you to not call anyone kinder. Next please. So there are few challenges that a transgender person always go through. I will not take you to them, but there is always, I guess you also feel the same kind of a problem in your lifetime as well. Maybe there is a lot of discrimination, mental health struggle because of healthcare barrier, because definitely people don't understand that. And then legal hurdles, whenever we go, maybe changing a name, gender or anything in the document, we face a lot of issues. And then there is the violence and hate that starts from our home and then goes into the society. So next please. Yes, so I was talking about Transgender Protection Act 2019, remember? The act that hit non-discrimination policies into all the organizations, and that is mandate. All the institutions, all the organizations has to create policies which are inclusive of trans people. And then there is also protection of child rights. There is also grievance resistance. There is equal opportunity for employment. There is non-discrimination. There is penalties and offences for everyone under the law. And that's how trans people are protected right now. But these laws are just on the paper and not, effective on the ground level yet. And that is why I am here working for the community to make sure using this as a tool to support the transgender community. Next please. Yes. So before I start this, I'll give you a process so you will be able to understand better what transgender people go through usually. So when I was very young, I was always very outgoing and very open-minded kind of a person. And I used to very get fascinated by air hostesses. So they used to dress up, the kind of femininity they used to carry themselves. I just used to love them a lot. And that is why very young, I always wanted to be a cabin crew, a flight attendant. But they only hire male and female and they don't hire transgender people. So sadly, I can never ever become that. So when I was very young, I was exploring my gender identity or maybe just exploring myself because I always felt very different from other kids. Even in school, college, I felt so different that I was never able to relate with it. And that's why people always used to teach me. Maybe you can also relate. When you are different from other kids, definitely people treat you differently when you're very young. Kids, when you're in school, when you're in your locality. That is what happened with me also. So as I grew up, I participated in a cartoon show, and that cartoon So was the community fundraising practice show, and the topic was androgynous. We mix of both male and female, and there I dressed up as like I'm doing sari, I'm doing blazers and everything. So to give them mix of both, and I posted that picture on social media because I was making so far. But then someone took a screenshot of that and so outed me without my consent to my locality and my parents. And then everything started. Because I belong from a conservative family, so my family was never ready to accept it. And that is how everything began in my life. After some time, we had a very good fight. My father took me to the doctor. They put me under the electric shock therapy and to Baba, to Jharkhand and everything, so I can be cured. But then transgender is not a Bimari that people can cure. And that will happen with me when I was like just 17 years old. Lot of shock therapy. Just imagine someone is giving shock to your brain, and that too at that level that you cannot even manage. So it was very difficult for me. And when they saw that I cannot be cured, they kicked me out at the age of 17, which is घर से निकाल दिया. And then I was on railway station at the age of 17 in the night drive. Just imagine a 17-year-old child who do not have money in your pocket, who do not know how the world works, who was just 10 standard pass. Just imagine what I would have gone through. But somehow I managed, and I decided to show everyone that I can do something in life, I can become something in life. Whatever they have thought that I'll go and beg, I'll go and sex work, I'm a Hijra, I'll show them, I'll show my parents that whatever you have thought was always wrong, and I'll become something in my life. And that was the kind of motivation that I got from my parents, and I got from myself. And then after that I started my journey from working in a local shop, completed my class 2. I'm from Urdu school by the way. I did not even know the spelling of English. Today I am here speaking in English is something that I have taught to myself. Right? And only 6 months it took me to learn English. I did not even know the spelling of English. That kind of motivation I have to do something and do something big in my life. And that is how I started growing. I had a lot of issues in my life, a lot of problems in my life. I was not getting house or rent because I'm transgender. I'm not getting jobs because I'm transgender. I'm not getting anything in life because I'm transgender. And that is why I have fight every step in my life for everything from food to house or rent to study to a job, everything. And this is why I started my own non-profit organization to make sure that whatever people have, my community has been through, should not go through what I have been through. So I am always there to support them, I am always there to help them, and I am always there to tell them that if there is no one for you in your life, I am there for you to support you, right? So this is the kind of support that I want to give to my community, and that is the reason I'm here standing in front of you to tell you, if I would have had a support in that side, right, maybe my life would have been different, but I never had that kind of support. So how you can support these people, how you can be an ally of these people, I'll help you with that. So you'll be able to make sure that whenever you see a transgender person, not to just see them, but understand their problems and their struggle also. People go out, speak and beg why? Because at the age of 17, if I would have not studied further, I would have also begged and eat. Because at the end of the day, everyone has to survive, everyone needs food, everyone wants to, survive in this world. And for that, people do anything. And that is one way that transgender people have came to beg. They started begging just because of that, because they are not educated. They do not have parents to tell them what is good and what is bad. Because they are just kids. They don't know. They just know that they want to eat food. And how they can eat that? They need money. An easy way to get money at very young age, go and beg. So that's the reason they are begging. No one gives a job. If I go to your house and ask you, give me a job, I want this is for you. You might not give you that job. You might give it to someone else. We don't get jobs from people. And that is why we beg. That is why people beg. To So you also have to understand that these people on street are many. They have their own problems, own struggle, and no one likes to, beg to anyone. But then they do not have any other option but to do that. And that's why they are doing it. So please understand their problems, please understand their struggles from where they are coming. This is where I am going to help you with the allyship. How to be an ally to the community. Right? Please go next. I want everyone to show me support. At least I am standing on the street. You can come and talk to me. We have no one in our life. I still am 25. It's been 8 years. My parents still talk to me. I have no one in my life. So if you can just come and talk to me for 2 minutes also, that is the kind of support that might help me in my life to survive. Right? That might help me, that might make my day, that might make me happy, right? So that is the kind of support that you can also give to our community, which has no one to talk. If any transgender person is on the street, I'm sure no one is going to talk to them. No one is going to even ask, कि बहन कुछ खाया है क्या, बहन खानी चाहिए क्या? No one will ask. Even you see on your Instagram feed, right? In that also, if you see, there is a person giving food to some road beggars, there are persons giving some money to the road beggars, but you will never see a transgender, they are giving these things for transgender person. You will only see one or two videos, but you will not see a lot of videos, right? Because people don't want to connect with them, people don't want to talk to them, because we have taught from a very young age that we are bad people. तो हम बच्चा उठा के ले जाते हैं और हम बुरे लोग हैं. मैं तो देखो जरा, you are literally मैं बच्चा उठा के लेके जाती हूँ. तो मेरे बच्चे खाने के पैसे नहीं है, और मैं घर पर पिक्चर चाहिए. मतलब मैं कहीं से कोई एग्जाम्पल लगती हूँ क्या? So that is also thing that we have been taught always from a very young age. When I was young, मेरी मम्मी भी मुझे बोलती थी कि ये लोग बुरे होते हैं. And जब मैं बहुत छोटी थी, I used to see trans people, I used to get afraid because मुझे वही सिखाया था कि ये लोग बुरे हैं. So I used to change the road. I don't go from that way. I used to change the road and go from somewhere else. Just because my mother had taught me that these are bad people. Just tell me, do I look like bad? Do I look like I can child? Do I look like आपके घर पे आके आपके बच्चों को लेके लेके जाऊँगी? No, right? Then why? Why? It's just a misconception that we have about people. Why we have a misconception? Because we don't talk to them. When you talk to me, you'll understand my problem. You'll understand my story. Then you'll understand everything about me. When you will not talk to me, all you have about me is just misconception and misinformation that led to us getting more marginalized. So the second is educate yourself. I am here today, I am here to educate you, to tell you that I am here standing for my community, representing my community to make sure that you know that we are not bad people. You know that we don't only beg. I am a founder and CEO of my own organization. Okay, I am also working for an international US organization. I have done a lot of international trips. Look at me, and I'm still 12th pass. I do not have a gratuity ticket because I never had money. Never had money to do it. I still do not have. Now I do not have time to do it. But then in past I never had money to do that. But I'm still working a lot for the community. I have 20 plus certificates with me. 20 plus. Just imagine how much I have studied, how much I have done in my life. I have been working with Minister of Social Justice. I have been working with the international government. Now I am working with UNDP. Just imagine how much big work I am doing just because of being also a transgender person. So that is also one of the things that you educate yourself that these people just not only beg but also do a lot of other work also. I'll show you the example of people working in corporate at very higher level. People working in a big organization, people is being manager, director, country level head, and they are transgender people. Why media don't show them? I am not sure. What is the problem? Maybe they think that people will not accept them. That's the reason media does not show them. But there are a lot of big people, a lot of big communities that is doing a really great job right now. So you should always educate yourself. And if you don't know anything, please don't pretend. Go to the internet first, and if you don't understand on the internet, come and talk to me, ask other people, right? That is one of the things that you can do. Maybe pronounce their name. So when I was born, my name was Afroz Ahmed Mahmoud Rahman I was born with a different name, but when I changed my gender, my name changed to Sonali Khan. Right? So you should understand that trans people always have a dead name. Dead name means previous that name that our parents have given to the male body that we do not accept or live with anymore. So that's the reason we call it dead name. So that is my dead name. This is my preferred name. So my preferred name is Sonali Khan. And preferred pronoun. So why we say pronoun? Because if I am in a Zoom call, online meeting, from my voice you might not understand that I am male or female. So it is a very small service which I have to ask transgender people, what is your preferred pronoun? Maybe from my voice you won't be able to recognize. Maybe from my face you won't be able to recognize. So you always ask what is the preferred pronoun. I will say my preferred pronoun is she and her. For a transgender male, preferred pronoun may be he and him. Maybe for non-binary person, preferred pronoun may be they and them. Right? So there are a lot. Right? And you need to be self-taught. You need to be learned that from the internet, because internet also have all the information that you need. And if you do not understand that, come to me, I'll definitely help you with that. So I'll just say next. Okay, anyone have any questions? Any questions? Yes, please.
क्लियर नहीं था, मैं काफी ज्यादा कंफ्यूज रहती थी इस चीज को लेके। अभी आपने पूरा अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन किया और समझ पाए। अच्छा वो हम जैसे कि आप पूरा मतलब आपने वो चीज़ एक्सपीरियंस किया है, आपको पता है वो चीज़ क्या है। लेकिन मैं एक चीज़ और पूछना चाहूँगी आपसे कि अच्छा जैसे कि हम नॉर्मल है, अगर हम चाहें कि हाँ हम आपको जैसे कि नॉर्मल है और हम भी सबको समझते एकदम आगे, हम अगर आपको सपोर्ट करना चाहें आपकी कम्युनिटी को, अगर आपको फेस कर रहे कुछ आप चाहें कि हम आपकी एफर्ट किया तो हो सकता है हम किसी प्रकार के एफर्ट करें।
दोनों के वी कैन हेल्प, हम कोलैबोरेट कर सकते हैं, बैठ के बातें कर सकते हैं। और अगर कुछ नहीं तो हमारा शेल्टर मूवमेंट है कि नहीं कि आपको बहुत सारे ट्रांसजेंडर लोगों को घर से निकाल दिया जाता है, चाहे बहुत ही यंग 18 साल के बच्चे हैं, कुछ नहीं अगर आप कर सकते तो एटलीस्ट वहाँ पे आके एक घंटा भी स्पेंड करोगे, लोगों से सिर्फ बात कर लोगे। माँ का प्यार नहीं है, भाई का प्यार नहीं है, बाप का प्यार नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है जिंदगी में, घर से निकाल दिया है। तो अगर आपको आगे कुछ भी नहीं दे सकते, अगर पैसे नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है, आप मत दीजिए, आप आके अपना समय का आधा घंटा भी उनसे बात कर लेंगे ना, उनकी माँ बहन या दोस्त बन के, तो शायद उतना भी बहुत इनफ होगा। बाकी उसके अलावा हम तो कर ही रहे हैं, हम उनको एजुकेशन दे रहे हैं, हम उनको स्किलिंग दे रहे हैं, हम उनको एम्प्लॉयमेंट दे रहे हैं, हम उनको ऑन्टरप्रेन्योरशिप सिखा रहे हैं, हम उनको सब दे रहे हैं। उसके अलावा अगर आप हमें सपोर्ट करना चाहते हो, हम कोलैबोरेट कर सकते हैं। अगर आपके पास कुछ भी रिसोर्सेस नहीं है तो आप उनकी माँ बहन करके सपोर्ट उनसे बातें भी कर लेंगे तो उनकी जिंदगी को बहुत बड़ा चीज होगा। आप उतना भी कर लेंगे तो वो बहुत ज्यादा।
थैंक यू सो मच मैम, थैंक यू सो मच। ओके मैम, आप हमारे साथ में ही है मैम, और आप सब लोग लंच करके आ जाइए, फिर आपको जो भी क्वेश्चन होंगे मैम आंसर खुद कर सकते हैं। आप बहुत ज्यादा क्यूरियस है क्वेश्चनिंग करने में, तो प्लीज आप लोग लंच करके आ जाइए।
और यहीं पे हूँ, आपको जो भी क्वेश्चन है आप आगे पूछ सकते हैं। बी ओपन अबाउट क्वेश्चन, आपको ऐसा हिचकिचाने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है। मैं यहाँ पे आप लोगों की डाउट क्लियर करने के लिए हूँ। कोई भी टाइप का क्वेश्चन हो, कोई भी टाइप का, आप प्लीज करता हूँ, बस इतनी जाऊँगा, मेरे पास आओ, मैं आपकी जैसे करके हेल्प करूँगा।
थैंक यू सो मच मैम, थैंक यू सो मच मैम, थैंक यू सो मच।
मैंने एक छोटा सा गिफ्ट आपके लिए।
थैंक यू सो मच।
मैम आपकी एक भी रुकेगा, हम बहुत ज़्यादा आपसे मेरे क्वेश्चन और जैसे कि आप अगर इसको स्टार्ट करते हैं तो हम साथ में क्या है कि साइन लैंग्वेज में से स्टार्ट करिए, साइन लैंग्वेज में भी रखिए, जिससे कि क्या डेफ कम्युनिटी भी आपके साथ थोड़ी सी जुड़ेगी और
बट लेकिन वो क्या कि शुरू में भी अगर हमारे पास हाथ है स्टार्ट करने से पहले वी कैन डेफिनेटली हैव लाइक अ स्मॉल कॉर्नर इन द वीडियो जहाँ पे जहाँ पे इंटरप्रेटर है तो इंटरप्रेट करना शुरू तो वी विल ट्राई आवर बेस्ट वी आर अगेन नाउ मेथड ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन फनी बिकॉज़ आई डोंट वांट पीपल आर होपफुल फॉर बात जैसे कोई इंटरप्रेटर है अगर वो आगे मेरे काम कर रहा है चाहे वो अच्छे काम से नहीं कर रहा है मैं उसने उसको आजाद के बाद बट आई वांट
एक बार में